government intervention, bold and aggressive, is the shortest and quickest way out of this tragic storm that we are in. I strongly believe that. That said, we have placed Mr. Geithner on a ship that has been bouncing at sea in the middle of a war. And just like the Great Depression, which took us 10 years to get over, that my belief is what is happening is that, yes, some mistakes are being made, but if we had not intervened, and if we had, we would be at greater catastrophe and damage in our economy than if we had.
I really disagree.
We are making mistakes.
We're
not perfect. This is an unusual, abnormal situation, but we need to continue to pursue
you know,
this course.
I think we need to look here. I was against all of this from the beginning. And my goodness gracious alive, they passed a bill that nobody had read. There was language in the bill that nobody knew. I am glad I was a no vote.
Yeah, but you voted against the TARP, is that correct, Representative? You voted against the TARP?
Yes,
okay,
yes,
but some would argue that there were mutual funds that were breaking the buck and that the TARP, at least the passage of it, saved that situation.
Liz. I understand that, but there were alternatives, and we brought alternatives forth that could have been carried forward at the time of TARP, and you would not have put the $700 billion fund, and you're talking about Neil Kashkari and his management or lack thereof of how this was implemented. We had alternatives. Conservatives brought forward alternatives. Republicans brought forward alternatives.
Okay, Representative
so that those troubled...
Yeah.
Quickly, very quickly, if you could.
Yes. The day I voted for that first TARP bill that failed, the market fell almost 9%. That day, the Federal Reserve, in order to have banks open the next day, had to print $687 billion, almost equivalent to that TARP money that was intended to begin to buy the toxic securities to have banks be open. No. We are printing over...
And there was a way to do it without passing TARP.
Let him finish, and I'll give you the last word, Ms. Blackburn.
Okay.
Finish up, Mr. Sestak. All right, he can't hear. Marsha Blackburn, go ahead. Make your final statement.
I'm sorry. Did you? Yes, I'm sorry. Could I make my? Okay, sorry.
Go ahead, Marsha
Joe.
Blackburn.
Go ahead with your statement. Okay. What we had recommended was that you have a reinstitution of mark-to-market. You reinstitute the uptick rule, that you make certain that those embattled institutions would go in and they would handle their own toxic assets, do a reinsurance and a loan program around that, but not carry forth like the TARP program did. It has not worked.
That's got to be the last word.
We're very concerned that it would work.
Marsha Blackburn, Joe Sestak, I'm afraid we're up against a hard break. Thank you.